chicken meat. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold.
Okay, and on to the next step of creating a flyer in Photoshop. Sorry for that last one being a little bit long. I try not to be long-winded, but there was a lot of information to cover on that last block. But anyway, we're going to go on to the next one. The next layer that we selected, matter of fact, I'm going to show you two layers on this one, is the picture of Miami, because that's where I'm from. What do we do to get these two pictures? Let's go ahead and deselect one of them. Let's go back over to the bridge. I'm going to select the picture that I used, which was this one, and that's just the building in Miami. And what I had to do was extract only the colors that, or only the part of the building that I wanted, which means I had to get rid of most of this that was around it. But I like that red, gold, and green color. That kind of goes with the flavor of Jamaican type style that this flyer is kind of going toward. So let's see what I did with that. I went in here. Matter of fact, let's go over to the actual layer to show you what I did there. Let's deselect the background layer. And with this layer selected, what I did was I added a mask. Right down here, you add a mask. Don't know what a mask is? I'm going to try to explain it really quickly for you. A mask pretty much hides parts of the photo that you don't want. The photo is still there, but instead of actually going over to the eraser tool and erasing the photo out, we use what's called a mask, and we just hide it. So whenever you need it, you just reverse it, and you can bring whatever areas back that you want again. So what we did was we went to the layer 1, and then we added a mask there. You see it added a mask right here. Now you see this mask is white, and basically what we're going to do here, cut out some of the areas or hide some of the areas that we don't want here. Now how you do that is you go over to the brush tool. This is your brush tool here. Go ahead and select that. And you're going to go try to find a brush that's kind of soft in tone. These are hard brushes here, so these are the hard edge, and this is kind of a soft brush. It has like a little gradient type edge. You're going to select that brush, and then that's going to bring up your little round circle brush here. Now you have to select the actual mask in order to hide. If you don't select the mask, you're going to actually paint on the top of your picture. So make sure your mask is selected. You can tell it's selected by the little four corners that's surrounding the box. If I move it over here, you'll see the four corners around this part of the icon. So I want to make sure that mask is selected. Going to come over to your color palette and make sure that is white and black, or black and white, however you want it. But make sure it's not like another color like a red or something, because that will definitely throw it off. When you're doing masking, it only sees black and white, so you have to make sure that's black or white. To reset that, if it's not black or white, you just come over to this little icon there and click that, and then that'll give you back what you need there. Okay, so now we're going to make the foreground color black because we want to actually hide parts of this picture here. So we make the foreground color black, and that's going to actually hide. So let's go ahead and start clicking there, and you'll see we start getting rid of some of those buildings there that are in the background. Over here, get some of the building there, and in here. Now if you notice, I might get a little bit too close to the building, and then I start actually fading some of the building out. But not to worry, because all we need to do to bring that back in, if black hides, then that means what? White reveals. So we just come over to the color palette and click here, and that will reverse the background and foreground color. We'll make the foreground color white now. And you come inside of here, and this will give you parts of your building back that you might be missing. To refine that a little bit, you might want to bring your brush down a little bit. Right now your brush size is 125. You just come up here, you can bring this down and bring your brush down a little bit. Let's say 54. See, that's a lot smaller. Click anywhere on the screen, and then that'll go away. And that'll bring your brush in. Another easier way to bring your brush down or up is by pressing the left bracket or right bracket keys. The left bracket key will reduce the size of your brush, and the right bracket key will increase the size of your brush. Now your bracket keys are going to be right under your backspace or your plus sign on your keyboard. So it's the right bracket to bring it up, left bracket to bring it down. I'm on the white, which means I'm bringing the picture back in, parts that I do want. And just like that. Another shortcut to reverse the foreground and background are the X and D keys. If I hit the X key, you'll see the foreground goes back from white to black, D back and forth, just like that. So right now we're using white because we're bringing back the colors in. Now, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good mask. Same thing that we did with the other model is to bring this picture in, press the move tool, click and hold, drag it over to the document I'm using, and then drop it right down. And as you can see, it's very similar to the picture that I had before. I have a little bit more of the buildings in my original picture, but it's about the same. It's the same process. And just like I did the last time, we're going to delete that one because we already have one, but that's the process. We're going to do the same thing now with the other picture of Miami. So let's go back over to the bridge. We're going to find that picture of Miami, double click it to bring it into Photoshop, and go through the same process. We're going to disable that back layer. We're going to come up to the layer that's activated. We're going to add a mask. Make sure that the mask is selected. So just click on here, and that'll make the foreground black. And now we're going to hide parts of this picture that we don't want. Come over to the brush tool, select the brush, and you're going to fade out a little bit of it. I'm not sure how much I faded out when I was using it the last time. Let's just say we're going to use that amount. You grab it with the move tool, grab it up to your document, and then drop it inside your document. Boom. And see, it brought everything over, including the mask. So if I want to refine it a little bit more, make sure that that mask is selected, and I can go to the brush tool again and refine it as much as I want to. I can go crazy and just get rid of it, but if I did that, all I have to do, if I don't want to do that, let's go ahead and press the X key. That'll bring the white back, and we'll put back the picture that we wanted. Alright, and that's how we got to that next step. On to the next stage.